working towards it. Now, being a superstar is not a one-day job, and that's why I laugh about videos that they put up. Say, I see some of these videos, I laugh, and they put 7 ways. No, say learn how to become a good singer within 5 minutes. Learn how to be a superstar in 10 minutes. And like those videos are fake videos. There's nowhere on earth. It's like somebody writing a book and said 5 ways to become a successful married man, or to become successful in your marriage. You have to go through it. Your wife has to slap you. You have to shout at your wife. You have to. They won't tell you all of these things. You have to go through all the hurdles. So as a musician, if you're going through all of those challenges where people will promise you. I remember I wrote one song. I wrote the DNA. We did a song. It's one of our best production. We did a song where someone promised us then that you guys are so good. We went for an event. You did very well. It was marvelous. Like, it was so good. And then this very big man just promised us, called us and said, I love what you guys do. Do you have promoters? Do you have sponsors? We said, no, I'm going to sponsor you. How much do you need to do this? We gave them our budget and everything. Come to my house and everything. We came to the house. We gathered all his family. We sang. We entertained everybody. By the time we were finished, you should get out a check. I brought out a check. And he said, you need equipment, you need instruments, you need a studio, blah, blah, blah. He gave us his, like, our heads were swollen with things he wants to do. He got a check. I would never forget that. He got a pen and brought a checkbook, told the son to put the checkbook, brought the son. He brought the check and he kept talking. I was like, you just write and sign and stop talking. He kept telling us stories and stories and stories. And just when the wife he now looked at him, want to sign the check, the wife now came and said, honey, come and meet the DNA. You saw them the other day, they were performing. And the wife now sat down in the main room with us, the sitting room. And that's how the man was waiting. I don't know if it was a planned walk or I can't really tell anyways. But I see he was waiting for the woman to go so that he can sign. And then I kept the check on one side where the wife couldn't see and waited and waited. The wife didn't refuse to go. After like 1 hour, I was like, sir, we need to go. He said, oh, can you not just wait for a few more minutes? Because he has said that like 3 times. Said, no, we need to go. When I left there, and my guys were so disappointed. They were like, Marv, oh my God, see, that man was going to give us nearly $500,000, you know, just the check. I said, he won't sign it. He won't sign it. 3 times he mentioned it. He won't sign it. I said, guys, we will get there. I said, we don't need it. From then, I changed my mind, looking for one favor, looking for a lost wallet with $1 million, or looking for like someone who is going to come from somewhere to sponsor you. No, I say, guys, we will walk ourselves into it. And that's how I went to Lagos for the very first time in my life, when I'm there, not knowing where to go. I went to a studio, and I'll tell you this. I went to the guy that I forgot his name, his bookies, elder brother. I think he said he produced. I googled and I checked. He produced the Plantation Boys in those days, and the Plantation Boys, the producer of the song. Then I so much love it because I saw the Plantation Boys and I saw a lot.
Yeah, I know him. I remember.
You remember? Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I saw the Plantation Boys administration then, the Two-Face and the rest are like, okay, I love this production. And we were like, we're doing the same thing. So I want someone that produces these guys to produce us with nothing. I called him, I tested him, and I went to his house. I met with him. He hosted, like, do you know where you're going? Where to pass the night? They're like, no. And then he hosted me. I slept in his house with the mom and everything. They took care of me. See, that is the bold step I took. I know I won't die, and I know I won't get lost. I went through all of this journey, few nights on the road and all that. But, well, it's not about me now. God has helped me. And I did a lot of competitions, like musical, any competition. I was doing it at the time. When people see the DNA anywhere, they're like, DNA, you are here again. I said, yes, we'll always be there. We keep hustling until we get there. It comes to a time, like I told the DNAs, because as a leader, if just in case you're a group, if you're a group leader, let your members complain. You don't complain. Always give them the future. Always tell them where you're taking them to. That's what keeps them. But if you keep complaining, you ask why a group not always succeeding. Why are they not always succeeding? Because when they, is that two things? It's either they lost the vision, they don't know where they're going anymore. Like I think we've hit the brakes and then it's break apart, or they didn't make plan for the word. When the word comes, they feel like, okay, everybody, you have to find your way. I don't want to compare. See, for instance, as close as say the P Square, I thought this group would never break. See, because they were making it, and they were brothers. They were like, you know, twin blood. They were connected, musically connected with artistic work, everything, and then blood as well. They broke apart. Then Mary, look at these guys that have done very, very well. I knew very well that we'll come to a stage where we'll make it and we'll break apart. But two things I did. The first of all, I told them that this is where we're going. I'm going to get them to TV stations. I'm going to get them everywhere. And by God's grace, we were always on the TV station. I told them I'm going to make them famous. And by God's grace, they were famous. Another thing that I told them was, when we start making money, I know all of you want to go do your own thing. Don't worry. You know what? When you want to do your single, do your single. But when we need to work together, work together. And the only group that I've seen that did that I love was the Midnight Crew.